What's up, folks? Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Spark. It is Sunday, 5:01 p.m., November 11th. We are here in the super secret bladeforums.com warehouse slash offices, preparing to do this week's year of giveaways. This is week number 46, so that means that week number 47 is up next, and we've got all kinds of good stuff. We've got basically, including week 47, we've got 6 weeks of giveaways left to do. Yeah, we're coming to the end. We've got a bunch of stuff left to give. This week we are giving away the Spyderco Lil Native. This is the Spyderco C230GPPBK Plain Edge S30V. I don't know if you can see that or not. S30V blade steel, G10 handle. Spyderco's compression lock has the wire pocket clip. And that's what we'll be doing this week, along with a live stream giveaway prize pack, provided I can find it. Okay, we're running out of swag. We're almost out of swag. I've built up stickers and patches and stuff over a couple years of going to SHOT Show, and we're almost out. So the live stream prize packs are nowhere near as full of stuff as they used to be. This week, somebody is going to get cold steel stickers, a Spyderco sticker, the usual SCH1 arrowhead that we give out every week. And then I'd figure out something else to give. Usually I give out some 550 cord. Somebody will get some Chick-fil-A hate chicken buffalo sauce. And I'll find a suitable great prize to give to one of the people that watches the live stream. So yeah, that's where we're at. Sunday, November 17th, 2019, and we're doing the live stream. I spent about 25 minutes here. We're coming up, now that we're coming up to the end of the year, I've been learning more and more about how to do various things with software, and one of the things was that, as you can see over to my left, your all screen right, there's a chat window right here, and you can't tell, but one of the software I'm using to broadcast with is a piece of freeware called OBS Studio, or Open Broadcast Studio. And how it works is it allows you to conglomerate a whole bunch of stuff into multiple windows here, and then switch between them and stream it out to YouTube. And one of the things it allows me to do is take the chat from the YouTube live stream and bring it in a separate window and display it, right here to my left. And supposedly, I'm supposed to be able to change the background and the font and everything and show timestamps and all this stuff for the chat window. And apparently, they did an update on the OBS software, or YouTube did an update on their chat or something like that. And right as I discovered how you can change fonts and backgrounds and everything like that for the chat overlay, it's no longer functional. So I wasted about 30-45 minutes of time trying to figure that out today. So that's awesome. But we're going through and we're going through and we're going through. Eventually I'll probably, whoops. Let's see if we can mute that window. Eventually, I will probably get a green screen, for the... There we go. Let me see if I can get this pulled up here. Boom. Eventually, I'll probably get a green screen product to put behind my chair. I don't know how fancy it'll be. It'll probably be like an Amazon green screen. I've got one in my shopping cart at Amazon that I'd be able to put right by my chair. Then that way, all this background that you can see behind me will disappear, and you'll have much more browser window to see my gorgeous face and what's going on. Behind me, but we'll see what happens. I need to get a green screen for a couple other reasons too. I'm doing videos for unboxing. I'm doing videos for new products. Hopefully in the next week or so, I'm going to try to do bladeforms.com holiday gift guide for a couple brands. Cold Steel was nice enough to send us like 10 knives for holiday gift guide suggestions that we're going to be doing. Wicked Edge sent me a super expensive sharpener. Derek's Worksharp sent me a Ken Onion edition sharpener and some other stuff. So yeah, I'm going to try to get some information out for holiday gift buying suggestions for various people. Plus, in addition to that, there's like new, there's 2020 new products that are going to be coming out soon. We just got a list in. Earlier this week of check this out. Well, no, that's not it. We got a list of stuff here in the last week where, well, let me see if I can get it pulled up and you can see what I'm talking about here. That. See if I can get that pulled up. All right, so let's get this pulled up here on the screen. So it looks like Benchmade came out with a whole bunch of discontinued products, as you can see here up on the top of the screen. You've got the whole 570, 575 Presidio 2 families are gone. The Aileron is brand new for this year's gone. The 860 Bedlam, which has been around for about 5 or 6 years, is gone. Pagan, gone. Precipice, gone. Auto Rift, gone. Purdue 531. Forays are gone. 765 Mini Time Monolock is gone. Nestucket Cleaver, gone. But, yeah, there's like 80 plus SKUs that have bit the dust. So I was going to do a video for that stuff, but I need to get my shit together so that I can do all that. So we'll see what's going on. Seeing some stuff in the chat here. Jay Lee, where are the weekly winners announced? Well, here's the deal. We do the. I'm glad you asked. We've got. Is anybody else not familiar with how this goes in the channel? Do we have any first-time viewers here? Whether or not you're a first-time viewer or not, I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you. So, bladeforms.com officially opened back in 1998. We're celebrating November 2nd as November 2nd of 2018 as our 20th anniversary, which means that 2 weeks ago we are officially 21 now. But yeah, November 2nd, 2018 was our 20th anniversary. So I got with a whole bunch of manufacturers, and they've provided a whole bunch of stuff for us to do 52 weeks, or basically a year of giveaways where I'm giving stuff away every week for 52 weeks. Well, it turned out that we've got more stuff than we need for 52 weeks. I'm going to do the year of giveaways through the end of the year on Sundays, and then once 2020 hits, I'll probably just shift everything to Saturdays, and I'll continue giving stuff away. It'll just be, I'd like to have a day off. So yeah, so it looks like John Tweet is a first timer. Jay Lee looks like a first timer. So what happens here is during the live stream, I go through. And, well, what happens is every week I do a giveaway thread. And as you can see up on the screen, this is the giveaway thread for the Spyderco Native 5. I'm sorry, Spyderco Lil Native. This is the prize that we're giving away this week, is the Lil Native. And we do a giveaway thread in the giveaway forum. And this week's week 46's thread got 18 pages of responses. So, what I do is we go through and we go to the last page on it, and we look, and as you can see on here, every post has a number. And the very last post on the page was 359. So we go to, I don't like getting hit with any complaints about nepotism or favoritism or anything along those lines. So what I do is I take the number of posts in the thread, which you can see the last post is 359. If I can select it, last post number is 359 here. And then I go to a website called random.org. And as you can see here, this lets me put in numbers with a minimum of 2 and a maximum of 359. And when I hit the generate button, it will pick a random number between 2 and 359. The reason we start with post number 2 is post number 1 on the giveaway thread. Let's go to the giveaway thread again. Post number 1 on the giveaway thread is always my first post that has all the information about the giveaway prize and the bonus prizes and Bladeform's logo stuff, where people need to send a letter, etc. So post number 2 here, which you can see is by Not Too Sharp, is the first eligible post. And the last post on page 18 is post 359. That's the last eligible post. Oh, well, I've got my dogs here with me, and they're making noises about wanting to go outside and stuff. So let's get some of this done. So to show you how this works, what we're going to do right now is we are going to give away a bladeforums.com sticker. You can see the bladeforums.com sticker here. Let's get a better view. Bladeforums.com sticker. Very high speed. Only has a minimal amount of desk junk on it, but we're going to go to random.org. We're going to hit the generate button, and post number 235 wins the sticker. So I come to my very high speed records keeping device of K-Bar scratch pad, and I write down 235, and then we go to the giveaway thread, and post number 235 is probably going to be on page 12. And we scroll down on page 12 to post number 235. And 235's winner is Bad Juju. BAD_JUJU. All right. So Bad Juju is the winner for the Blade Forums sticker. So BFC Sticker winner, post 235, Bad_Juju. And that's as simple as it works. I announce the winners in chat here. I announce the winners in the chat that you can see off to the right. And then I go back through and I go to the giveaway thread and add a post with all the winners on it. And then after it's all said and done, I'll also announce it in the main thread that I have going of, didn't get what you want for the holidays. So, yeah, no, the dogs have been out for a half hour. I appreciate it, John, but dogs have been out for a half hour. They're bored. They're wanting to play with each other. So they're going to wander around the shop and bark at people that are walking past and stuff like that. So, oh, man. So, yeah, that's how easy it goes. We do the sticker. Now we're going to do... next up, we're going to do bladeforums.com Velcro patch. You can see that up on your screen. We have 5 choices for colors. We've got the bladeforums.com blue logo, the bladeforums.com gold logo for gold members, OD green and black, stealth gray and black, and multicam colorway. So typically, we're going to do the same thing that we did with the Bladeform sticker, where we go to random.org, and I hit the button here, and we hit generate, and post number 282 wins the sticker. So now we go to the giveaway thread. 282 is probably going to be on page 14 or 15. Let's try page 15. Yep. Page 15. Post 282 belongs to Evany. E-V-A-N-Y. Evany is a member since 2007. Grand total of 980 messages. Last active yesterday. So he's not on the forums right this second, so he's going to be pleasantly surprised to find out that he won a Playforums patch. So BFC Velcro patch goes to post 282 Evany. Evan Y. All right, that's how simple it is. Next up that we do is the bladeforums.com logo t-shirt. As you can see, it has the bladeforums.com logo on the center back. It also has, if you look over my shoulder, you can see the same shirt hanging right behind me here, has the logo on the left chest. So if the bladeforums.com patch was the logo, be right there. And then you've got it full center back. So next up, somebody's going to win that. So let's go to random.org and we will click on this. And as you can hear, the dogs are going ballistic because somebody's walking past the office with a dog in the parking lot. So a lot of fun. So we'll hit the generate button. Post number 97 wins that. And let's go to the giveaway thread. That'll be on page 4. My mistake, page 5. All right, and the winner for that is bflying. Daisy, shut up! I swear to God, Daisy's the worst dog. She loves to bark at people. You know, she growls and she growls and barks and tries to drive everybody away that comes to the shop. But then once I come in the shop, she's like, "Oh my God! Oh, hey, I'm sorry I barked at you. I love you." Daisy, shut it. Never should have brought the dogs with me to work today. So congrats to that. So next up on the giveaways, what we're going to be doing is a giveaway for a bladeforums.com gold or higher paid subscription. Typically what happens here is that if you have an existing subscription, I extend it out a year. So if you got a basic, I'll typically upgrade you to gold. If you got a gold, I extend it out a year. If you got a platinum, I extend it out a year. Knife maker, etc., etc., etc. So let's go to random.org. Let's get that picked. Whoops. Did not mean to hit that. All right, we'll go to generate. Post number 284 wins the 284 wins the membership extension. So let's go to page 15 on that. Post 284 is EDC period N period stuff. So let's come down to chat. Congrats to EDC and stuff here. Congrats to EDC and stuff. Post 284 membership extension. And that's basically how it goes, guys. So we've knocked all that stuff out in a relatively quick manner. Everything is good to go for that. And what else is going on? Almost didn't have the show today. Came into the shop here. You can't really see it, but let me see if I can help. You see up there in the right there, right above me, that is our wireless modem. And I came in today, and the internet wasn't working in the shop, and I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on here? And I started, I was like, okay, reboot the computer. Computer was working. Check the internet at the other computers. Internet wasn't working at the other computers. So clearly, network was down for the shop. So I look at the modem, connect to it with my phone. The phone connected to the Wi-Fi network, but none of the hardwired computers were connecting. So clearly, the modem was working, it was the network was down. So I had to go into the warehouse, which you see behind me, and went to go look at our hub and our network processing gear and stuff like that. Surprise, our universal battery, our uninterruptible power supply had kicked the bucket. The battery was not taking a charge, and the thing was fried. Every time I turned it on, it was getting error warnings. It was saying it was overloaded, which is stupid because the only thing it has on is the network switch and the modem. So, basically the uninterruptible power supply died, and I had to go to Best Buy roughly an hour ago. Drive 10 minutes to get there, buy a new power supply, drive 10 minutes back, get it unpacked, get it up in the network rack, get everything plugged in, bug test, make sure everything's worked, and then get it set up for here. So yeah, we almost did not have show today, but fortunately, I was able to get everything tracked down, and we are good to go. So now that we've taken care of the first set of stuff, we've given away the sticker, patch, shirt, and membership. Now what happens is I typically break down what's been going on for the week, and we talk a little bit about various events that are going on in the industry and stuff like that. And then we come back and I give away the grand prize of the bladeforums.com 20th anniversary Lil Native for week 46. And oh yeah, by the way, don't forget, get registered. If you haven't registered yet and haven't entered yet, make sure that you get in on week 47's giveaway for the Dirk Pinkerton Lancer here. This is by Kaiser Knives. They were nice enough to send us this. It has a, you can't tell, but it is a sculpted and contoured G10 handle scales on a S35 S35VN stainless steel blade. Overall, the knife is 8.5 inches in length with a 4.75 inch blade and a 3.75 inch handle. So it is pretty small in the forward grip, but if you do the reverse grip, works just great. So if you're, stab slash kind of person, likes to use your knife in the reverse grip, or even an ice pick grip, and you like to trap with it, then this is definitely a knife for you. So make sure that you get in on the giveaway thread for next week for the Kaiser 1028A1 Dirk Pinkerton Lancer. Get your entries in on that. If you have won a prize before in week 21 or prior, if you've won a prize in week 21 or prior, then you are eligible to enter in on week 47's contest as well. So you're good to go on that. Get your entries in. Oh, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the video that's going on right now. I mean, I shouldn't have to say this. We've already got 9 likes. There's like 14 plus of you viewing. So, make sure that you like and comment and subscribe on the video, because that's what keeps our metrics going. And, of course, I need all the ego boost I can get. So, yeah, let's talk about what's going on in the world today. First and foremost, let's talk about knife industry. KnifeRights.com don't really have anything going on. We talked about most recent knife rulings, which was the New York undetectable knife ban went into effect at the beginning of November. Knife Rights has been fighting against various city, state, and federal rules, and has been winning battles in New York and other restrictive areas. So, you can see right here on the window that there's a space here to donate. If you've got the money, make a donation directly to them. You can donate online with a credit card or PayPal. If you like doing the Patreon style thing, you can set up a monthly donation online with PayPal. You can also print out a form and mail it into their office. But because Knife Rights is a 501c or 501c4 and 501c3, I believe that your donations are tax deductible as well. So if you've got money that you want to give, you want to lower your tax burden a little bit, donate to Knife Rights, and that's a way you can help out with what's going on in the industry. Another way you can do it is by going to smile.amazon.com. You can see right here up in the URL bar. Let me see if I can shrink this down a little bit and make it easier for people to see. Well, that did not work. Let me see if I can make this window a little bit bigger. All right, there you go. You see that there? You see where it says smile.amazon.com? Do what you can. Come to Amazon.com and, provided I can unscrew how I've done this. Let's see here. Now that I've completely screwed up the window here, do what you can. Come to if all right, that's a little bit better. If you cannot afford to directly give money to Knife Rights, but you do shop at Amazon.com, go to smile.amazon.com and designate Knife Rights as the recipient for a portion of your purchases. As you can see, I don't typically use Amazon, but I tend to shop local. But if you are an Amazon user, a portion of every purchase you make with them will go to Knife Rights. And somebody in chat said that they had gotten something like $12,000 in 2018 and $3,000 last quarter from Amazon. So every little bit helps. Also, in the knife industry, the American Knife and Tool Institute, which is basically the manufacturer's education and industry group, has come out with a guide called Intellectual Property 101, covering IP or intangible property with regards to the knife industry. Here in the knife industry, we've got a really bad thing with countries like China and others, completely ripping off designs. Companies like Gonzo, in particular, if you go to Amazon.com or eBay or whatever, you will see popular designs from like Chris Reeve, Benchmade, other companies just completely ripped off and duplicated at Gonzo. And in some cases brought to market before the companies can even do it. These knives are not the same quality as American knives. They don't have the same QC. They don't have the same tolerances. They may be visually similar, but that's where it ends. And, you get people that are like, oh, man, it's just as good, but I only paid $20. They don't realize that you guys are they're basically shooting themselves in the foot because these companies, you're going to get a knife that's subpar. It's going to fail on you if you need it. Break whatever. You're disrespecting the American companies, and you're helping communist China with the crap that they're doing overseas, and it's not cool. So do what you can. Support American companies. Don't buy bullshit like that, and make sure if you've got the chance, I'll link. I'm going to link this Intellectual Property 101 article here in chat, so it should be showing up in just a minute. If you can, go through and read through that, and just try to discourage people from, doing Gonzo knives and various other garbage from there. So, what's up next? Well, big news this week was that there's a couple things. Early in the week, the U.S. Supreme Court decided not to intervene in a case where the Sandy Hook or the survivors of the Sandy Hook shooting, families of the survivors of the, families of the victims of the Sandy Hook shootings have been trying to sue Remington, the parent company of Bushmaster, over the Sandy Hook shootings committed by Adam Lanza back in 2012. And basically, this is, if you listen to the anti-gun activists, they'll say this is a major victory. If you listen to the pro-gun people, it's mixed. I'm going to give you my biased opinion on this. So what's going on here is that the gun control movement is trying anything that they can to attack firearms companies and gun dealers and individuals and however they can. They found that a straight up, they can't go head on against us and go straight for repealing the Second Amendment, though they would love to. The Democratic presidential candidates and politicians are all talking about all-out war with the NRA and the gun industry, but they know they can't go up and just say we're banning all guns right now. They've got to attack it from a variety of different ways. And one of the ways that they're doing it here is with lawsuits. And lawsuits in the anti-gun movements are no real strangers as far as enemies on the battlefield here, because they have been using, the anti-gun movements or the anti-gun groups have been suing the shit out of the gun industry since the 80s. And, when anti-gun politicians get in office, they use the power of the federal or the state or the local governments to further bolster the defenses of the anti-gun movements by using, the limitless pocketbook of city, state, federal DAs to sue gun companies into submission. Back when Bill Clinton was president in the late 90s or early 90s, late 90s, there was famous talk about how they were going to try to sue Glock into bankruptcy unless they acquiesced to the demands of the New York State DA. Smith & Wesson, in particular, went into an agreement with Clinton's Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, and as a result, they caught a backlash for years because they volunteered to sign an agreement with HUD, chasing a HUD police contract. And as a result, the gun community flipped out and said no, and we're not going to be buying your products. And there was like a boycott against Smith & Wesson for like 10 years. Well, the current tactic is, because of all these lawsuits that kept happening, there was a act that was passed called the, let me see if I can get it pulled up on the screen, PLCCA. PLCAA. All right, there was a act that was passed back in 2005 called the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act. And basically it protects firearms manufacturers and dealers from being held liable when criminals commit crimes with their products. On the face of it, this sounds like common sense. If a drunk gets behind the wheel of a Chevy, and kills a family, or, rams into a school bus and 50 kids die, Chevy doesn't get held responsible for that. Same way you don't hold Smirnoff responsible, if the guy is drunk. If a guy uses a gallon of gasoline and sets fire to a nursing home, killing everybody inside, we don't blame, Chevron or, BP or whatever, Conoco or whatever, oil company the gas came from, Shell, etc. The gun industry seems to be the only industry where it's, seen as common sense to sue manufacturers for the actions of criminals. So the Protection of Lawful Commerce and Arms Act was passed to shield this because legislatures saw the writing on the wall, and if this wasn't done, then it was going to spiral out of control, and you would see cars manufacturers being sued, fast food places being sued for heart disease and all kinds of crap like that, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And since the PLCAA was passed, the gun control movement has been doing everything in their power to try to get the PLCAA repealed. Well, the Sandy Hook lawsuit that's going on right now, most of the stipulations in the lawsuit were thrown out because of the PLCAA. However, this lawsuit was allowed to proceed under a new tactic here where they're suing Remington based on the advertisements that they used and saying that the advertisements led to all the kids being shot and killed. Doesn't make any sense to me. They're going to have to show that Adam Lanza saw advertisements from Remington and that those advertisements convinced him to kill kids, and that it's a very tenuous legal strategy here. It's probably not going to make it, but it doesn't matter if it makes it or not. The fact that it's being allowed to go to court, shows that they can hit 50 plus states or however many can flood legislate or flood the legal system with nuisance lawsuits trying to get various manufacturers sued. And they're doing whatever they can. They're throwing shit up against the wall and seeing if it'll stick. We'll see what happens. I don't think this lawsuit's going to go anywhere, but you never can tell. When the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court's letting it go forward. They just, there's no explanation for why the Supreme Court is not taking this case or others. We'll see, what happens in the future. Stephen Gutowski talked about it a bit on Twitter. Basically the plaintiffs are attempting to circumvent federal law by claiming Remington knowingly violated a Connecticut advertising law. Their claim is weak on the merits of the case. And the case that was filed in 2014 has only dealt with whether or not the merits can even be heard. The Connecticut Supreme Court decided part of the case against Remington's advertising practices can proceed. So it means that the case can be held on the merits. Basically, the court's going to decide whether Remington's ads somehow led the Sandy Hook shooter to choose the AR-15 to carry out his killing spree, despite the fact that he didn't buy the gun and there's no evidence that he ever saw the ads. So we'll see what happens with this. But yeah, it's a tenuous thing. It's just basically let's throw shit at the wall and see whether it'll stick. All right, so we've got we got a new viewer, Meek Popsicle, is on here. Hey, what's up, Meek? All right, so the other big thing in news this week, Santa Clarita, California. There was a school shooting there on, I believe, Thursday, where basically two kids got killed. 7 were wounded. The shooter, at the end of his shooting, took the firearm and turned it on himself, then died later on. Basically, this was in the news for about 24 hours and then quickly dropped out of the cycle because all the celebrities that were going batshit insane about this, you got Michael Moore, Alyssa Milano, Michael Ian Black, Stephen King, Minnie Driver, Deborah Messing, etc. All these nutjobs, celebrities demanding gun control over this shooting. None of them realized that the shooting took place in California, and California leads the nation in gun control laws already on the books. So, the shooter was a 16-year-old Asian kid in California. So, and California leads laws on gun control. The weapon used was a pistol, 45 cal. From what I understand, it may have been 1911. So basically, no proposed law would have prevented this because California already has universal background checks. California already has handgun registry. California already has waiting periods, assault weapons ban, high cap mag ban. You need a concealed carry permit to carry in California, and it's not easy to get. Mandatory safety classes, mandatory waiting periods, all these rules, on top of the fact that a 16-year-old cannot get a pistol in California legally. Now some of these gun control celebrities and various gun controllers were saying, oh my God, but he could have bought it in Nevada. Motherfucker, a 16-year-old is not going to Nevada to buy a pistol. If your 16-year-old is going to Nevada to buy a pistol off the black market, good luck. But yeah, like Mark Grant said, or there we go. No AR-15, or SWEDC points it out, because no AR-15 was used. It doesn't fit the narrative because the kid was Asian instead of a white kid. Doesn't fit the narrative of Trump's racism and extremism. Because no high cap magazines or assault weapons were used. Nothing there, and shooter killed himself. We don't see any manifestos, etc. There's no obvious motive for it yet. So basically, it completely dropped off the news cycle with, if we look at CNN, a day later, it's not even being mentioned on here at all. There's nothing, we do a search for, well, let's try that again. I am not sure why. All right. Well, apparently I just screwed this up. So let me see if I can fix this, folks. There we go. If we do a search on CNN's homepage here, Control F, Santa, nothing found. Shooting. Well, there was a shooting at a New Jersey high school football game, but nothing about a school shooting. So it's already been memory holed off of CNN.com. And we're not going to hear pretty much anything about it, just like most of the school shootings, because, doesn't really do any good to demand more gun control when every gun control law that's been proposed federally is already in place in California. So, yeah, lots of fun. All right, so next up on the news, let's see. I don't know if I talked about this last week. Gun control groups outspent the NRA in election spending for this election cycle. They spent, every town for gun safety spent $37 million at the state and federal levels in the midterms here, compared to $20 million for the NRA. And, nowhere was that seen more than in Virginia. Virginia, they outspent the NRA by almost 10-1, managing to retain control of the governor, lieutenant governor, and flip 3 vulnerable state house seats from Republican to Democrat. So, basically they've learned that spending money will win them elections. And, with Mike Bloomberg entering the race, there's a lot more money to be spent. Another thing about the shooting in Santa Clarita is that basically 3 off-duty police officers were on the scene dropping off their kids, and they jumped in to the school as the shooting was going on, and response time was within 16 seconds. They basically were on scene in 16 seconds because they were dropping off their kids when the shooting happened, and they were immediately rendering first aid to kids that were shot. But what's interesting here is that if they were in Connecticut, these off-duty officers will be considered criminals because, in accordance to Connecticut General Statute 53A-217B, possession of a weapon on school grounds is considered a Class D felony. And this law applies to Connecticut's law enforcement officers. So, Yeah, we talked a minute ago about the Sandy Hook families, making lawsuits trying to do nuisance here. But one of the things is that, these same families demanded more gun control happen after Sandy Hook, and the law that they proposed and got passed would have prevented these law enforcement officers that responded to the Santa Clarita shooting from being able to legally carry into schools. Now, the letter of the law and the practice of the law are two different things. We saw last week where a Moms Demand supporter brought in high-cap magazines and ghost guns and various other things to New Jersey Library to do a talk to a Moms Demand activist, and nothing happened to him, even though those are all clearly banned and criminal actions in New Jersey. So, when it goes, you can bet that the gun control laws don't apply to those demanding more gun control laws. It just applies to those who are minding their own business, and and those idiots who decide to act like Second Amendment auditors. So yeah, a lot of fun. Let's see. Nation's toughest gun laws fail to protect students. Basically, what I was talking about earlier, where California has every gun law in the books that you would think, and none of them worked. So that's fun. So let's talk about some other shitty news for the firearms movement. Seattle judge has ruled that against the State Department and free speech in 3D code. Well, on the screen here is what's known as the Liberator pistol. This is a pistol that fires 22 caliber 22 long rifle ammo out of a 3D printed frame with a 3D printed barrel and 3D printed other assemblies. Basically, the only thing in here that has to be metal is the cartridge and the firing pin. And there was a lawsuit or basically the State Department, if I remember correctly, the Department of State blocked Defense Distributed from having an online repository of downloadable firearms information based on what's called ITAR, the international, or what is ITAR? I don't remember off the top of my head. ITAR. ITAR is International Traffic in Arms Regulations. Basically, they saw that, or they determined that having code available to download firearms, such as on code is free speech. Yeah, code is free speech, and Defense Distributed and various other websites had information on how you could download and manufacture your own firearms on their websites. And there was basically a lawsuit against the State Department. The State Department lost the lawsuit, and now federal or district judges are doing suits against the State Department, forcing them or saying that they cannot allow these websites to offer the downloadable code. Well, just like anything else, knowledge does not go away just because you hide from it. Torrents are out there, VPNs are out there, and just because I'm going to see if I can find a map for all of these states that are... Yeah, I can't find a map right now for these states that are, the blue line, where they're no longer allowing, the files to be downloaded from Defense Distributed. So it's doesn't do much sense to do it. But what's interesting is that hiding from it doesn't change it. Like right here, I'm going to show you guys something cool. You want to see something cool? This is cool. This is a 22 caliber Liberator suppressor using subsonic 22 caliber long rifle ammo. Here's a normal Liberator pistol getting ready to come up. That's how loud it is. And then they're going to show the 22 Liberator silenced. And that's how quiet that is. And, hiding from the information, doesn't make it go away. And, you can 3D print your own suppressors now. You can, just like you can buy a Sherlin or Tag or other mini mill and manufacture your own silencers on a desktop lathe, various other stuff. There's Wish.com had oil filter, oil trap kits, and oil filter threaded adapters where people were buying that. They would buy the firearm and then get a thread barrel for their firearm, and then when they were done with that, they would buy a threading adapter, and take a pistol with a threaded barrel, put the adapter on it, and then attach an oil can or what they call a solvent trap, and make their own illegal suppressors. You can't stop the signal on that. So that's you're not hiding the files, or hiding people's access to files doesn't stop them from getting a hold of it. We've had 50 plus years of war on drugs, and people still get meth and everything else. So you're not going to be able to hide from that. Other information going on. We had CarMax is partnering up with Everytown and Moms Demand Action. Basically, they did a press release that basically, instead of getting a front placard on the car, now you can switch out the CarMax sticker with a bumper sticker for various groups, including, let's see, following causes: animal welfare, arts and culture, city engagement, education, food security, LGBTQIA+, outdoor conservation, safe communities, veterans, and military families. So basically, they also are donating, if you buy from CarMax, they're also donating to Everytown and Moms Demand Action. So if you buy from CarMax, a portion of your money is going to take away your gun rights. So enjoy that. So that's basically it for that portion of it. In the world, Hong Kong protests are fighting against China still, and they're using bows and flaming arrows. Check this bad motherfucker out. Look at this. He's got a freaking recurve bow and a flaming arrow, and he's going to be launching this at cops. Meanwhile, the cops are turning to live ammo. So yeah, these guys are getting shot at with real bullets, and now they're using bows and arrows to try to fight. Kind of makes you glad that we've got AR-15s here and stuff like that, because God forbid if we had to deal with cops trying to suppress our democracy, them using live ammo, and we were stuck with bows and arrows. And another interesting thing here is Apple removed a smartphone app used by pro-democracy protesters in Hong Kong as a capitulation to China's authoritarian government. The app, HK Map Live, allowed users to see Hong Kong police movements via crowdsourced information. And that's being used to brutalize basically local population. At this point, when protesters are getting arrested by the cops, they're screaming out to other people to get them on film that they're not feeling suicidal and they would never harm themselves, because protesters are being grabbed and killed, suicided, similar to how people are saying Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Well, guess what? Protesters are getting the Epstein treatment. The protesters are getting the Epstein treatment, in Hong Kong. So, yeah, that's a lot of fun. Let's see here. What else is going on? Got Alan 30189. I thought this channel was about knives, not plastic guns and bows and arrows. Well, hey, Alan. Guess what? This channel, we talk about all kinds of issues here. And the right to keep and bear arms, hinges also covers what's going on with various guns and other things. So yeah, we talk about all kinds of subjects, and the Second Amendment covers knives, not just guns. And you better believe that when they take the guns away, they're not going to stop with guns. They go into knives next. Just look at England. England banned handguns after a mass shooting there. And what they do next? Now they're banning kitchen knives, and they're banning multi-tools, and they're banning all kinds of stuff. And you have to show ID to get a spoon over in England. And if you think that can't happen here, it's happening in New York and various other areas where they just banned, they banned last year undetectable knives and various other stuff. So, it's kind of important to talk about this stuff and keep your eyes on the big game, because, if you don't pay attention to what's happening, then, and you just wait to learn about it after it happened, then it's too late. So we welcome you, Alan. Yes, they banned straws in California, and California bans all kinds of awesome stuff, and that's why we talk about it here. Anyhow, not going to talk about that. It's already 5:56. Let's wrap this up real quick. We only got 4 more things to talk about here on the news, and then we'll get back to the main prize and the live stream prize pack. So, in other news, gun sales jumped 10% in October. So, FBI, every month, despite people saying that, you can buy a gun however you want to in the U.S. and all kinds of other stuff, and there's no regulations and limits on buying firearms. The FBI does do background checks every month, and one of the things they do is they store these statistics. And if we look at October statistics, this is October 2019 here, and you can see there's 2,300,900 or 393,000 background checks done in October. 2.2 million in September, 2.3 in August, etc. And these numbers are all higher than they were in 2018. These numbers are higher than they were in 2017, 2016, or roughly the same as in 2016. Hey, Rex, be quiet. Well, how is this important? Well, the NSS, these numbers don't tell everything, because Rex, come here. The numbers don't tell everything because hidden in the FBI background check numbers, there's other stuff going on as well. It's not just the gun sales are reported. They also are doing background checks for a variety of other things, including like here in Kentucky, where we have concealed deadly weapons licenses. If you've got a concealed deadly weapons license here in Kentucky, they run a background check on you every month to make sure that you're still allowed to have the CCDW. So the NSSF takes a look at these numbers, and they count them out, and they show what's going on for adjusted checks, where it's actually the number of background checks that are being done for firearms transfers and stuff like that, taking out the number of background checks being done for various other things. So what we're seeing here is, if I can get it up on the screen correctly. All right, what we're seeing here is that for 2019, right there, you've got background checks right here, which is higher than 2018, which was an election year, and not quite as high as 2016. But 2019 isn't done yet. This is for the year so far. It doesn't include November and December, which are typically the 2 busiest months of the year. For firearms transfers, Black Friday sales are typically the biggest firearms transfers, or biggest amounts of firearms transfers in the U.S. because Americans love to buy guns for the holidays and as gifts. So, if we look back at the Knicks statistics, we don't have November and December statistics yet for 2019, but we have them for 2018, which shows 2,300,000 transfers in November and 2,500,000 transfers in December. Back during 2016, the election year, it was 2.7 million in December. 2015, it was 3.3 million, which was almost a million or over a million checks done higher than November. And since this year, 2019, is an election year, just like 2015, or it's the year prior to the election year, just like 2015 was, expect to see huge numbers of firearms transfers in November and December. It's quite possible that we will see, final numbers of 2019 higher than final numbers of 2015, and depending on how the election goes, it's possible it may, in 2016, it's possible we may see higher number, or, we may see 2020 numbers higher than 2016. So, this is what we're seeing here. So when you hear people saying, "Oh, the number of people buying guns is dropping, the number of guns in homes is dropping," the actual numbers don't bear that out. There's more people buying guns than ever. Or rather, there's more firearms being bought than ever. And, for some people to think that that the same people are just buying guns over and over again, there's nothing really bearing that out except for phone surveys. Kentucky is talking about instituting red flag laws here. Yeah, that's not going to happen. We just got a Democratic governor elected here, but our state and state Senate and state House are still overwhelmingly Republican, so it's not going to happen. Last but not least, Mike Bloomberg entered into the presidential race back a week or so ago, and now he's coming forward and saying that his past positions were wrong, saying that he was wrong on stop and frisk. Basically, what happened was when Bloomberg was the mayor of New York, he had the cops going out doing unconstitutional searches of various people in New York City, and the statistics came back for it, and the people that were Rex wants his tennis ball. The people that were getting searched the most turned out to be minorities, and the minorities were not turning up having weapons, out of, or they typically were searched more and had weapons less than than the Caucasians or other ethnic groups. So, it turned out, what a shock, that the people promoting gun control were doing it in a racist manner. And, that's what happens. They basically, when they do gun control, it's always pushed in a racist manner because gun control's always been racist and always targeted the minorities more than anyone else. So that's how it is. So, with Bloomberg coming into the race, you can bet that since this guy... what are you doing, doggies? Dogs are under my desk trying to get to me. With Bloomberg coming into the presidential race and Bloomberg single-handedly funding the majority of gun control in this nation, of course, he's trying to make himself more palatable to the general public, and especially he has to come out and try to distance himself from his misogyny and his racism of his past policies if he wants the extremists in the Democratic Party to accept him. So that's basically it for news. Let's get back here to this. There's a question in chat. There's a question in chat. Is Rex a pit bull? And the answer to that is no. Rex, if I can get him on the photo. Rex, come here. Come here. Rex is a yellow lab. Well, man. I don't know if you guys were able to see him or not, but yeah, there he is. All right, come here, Rex. Rex is a yellow lab, and Rex is very ball focused. Rex will wear my ass out trying to get me to fetch. So yeah, he is a good boy. He likes to play, he likes to fetch, but he has no boundaries. And he's there he is. Yeah, you can where you at, Rex? Come here. Come here, Rex. Come here. We'll see. You guys want? No? All right. So, yeah, Rex very much wants me to play fetch instead of doing the broadcast. So, with that in mind, we're done with the news. So let's get back to doing the prize giveaways. We've got people in the channel again because they know that around this time is typically when we're doing the prize giveaways. So let's get to it. Let's get to the giveaway thread. All right, let's get to the right screen for the giveaway thread. Let's get to random.org and let's hit the generate button. All right, and the winner, the grand prize winner, is post number 46. So let's go to the giveaway thread and do that. Post number 46 is going to be on page 30. And Eversharp. Rex, can you stop? Oh, man. Eversharp. Eversharp wins the Spyderco Lil Native, which seems apropos because Eversharp with post 46 wins the Lil Native. Eversharp has a Spyderco in his profile, so hopefully he appreciates this. And congrats to Eversharp for that. So yeah, so that's it for the grand prize for the year of giveaways here on week 46. Make sure that you get your entries in for week 47 for the Dirk Pinkerton Lancer, just like Eversharp won the Lil Native this week. We've got the Dirk Pinkerton Lancer up for grabs next week, so make sure that you get your entries in the giveaway thread for that. That thread is live right now. And in the meantime, it is 6:08 p.m., so who is ready for the live stream giveaways? If you guys are ready for the live stream giveaways, if you are ready for the live stream giveaway, get your BFC username in chat. You have until the music stops to get your username in the chat, and we're going to go to the wheel of names here, and we're going to pick a winner. All right, so let's go ahead and get the names off the wheel of names. Rex, what are you doing? Rex's tennis ball is being demanded, so we've got to throw that, keep him occupied. All right, so let's go ahead and get people in on the wheel of names. All right, we have Thesian, Monofledge, SMDF 74. Ryan Beck. We have Chuck 4570. I think Chuck 4570 won something in the main prizes a week or so ago. So good to go on that. SWEDC. Chrisinzky. Is that Chrisinzky or is that Chrisin's KY? Good question. Keop. Evil Ed, Lactic Acid, Mine Owns, mind, Rex? Can you stop that? Oh, Rex dropped his tennis ball over here. Let's go ahead and throw that away. Alright, guys, you've got a minute and 50 seconds to get your username in. Alright, Nico Knife. There we go. Alright, anyone else? Anyone else? We've got 1 minute, 30 seconds. Yep, time to put the dog down. I guess I'm going to have to use a hammer on old Lassie. So, we've got a minute and 20 seconds left to get your username into the chat for the bladeforums.com year of giveaways. Alan30189, I don't see your username in chat. What's your username in chat? Yeah, Alan, I don't see your username. Andre21. Alan. I don't see your username in chat. Yeah, Alan, yeah, Alan 30189, I need your bladeforums.com username. So yeah, this is what I deal with all day as I get the dogs barking. All right, folks, that's it for the music. That's it. So we have any alibis left. Alan 30189. What's your bladeforums.com username? If you want to get entered into the live stream chat or to live stream prize pack, I need your bladeforums.com username. If I don't have your bladeforums username, we can't get you into the live stream here. We can't get you good to go. So come on, man. What's the deal? Last chance, Alan 30189. What is your bladeforums.com username? No, he doesn't get to borrow yours, Big Bad Goth. Come on. He should know his Bladeforums username off the top of his head. Come on. Yeah, we've had 5 minutes here to get his username in the chat. I don't know what's going on. Nico Knife. Nico, you're already in there. Come on, man. You see it up on the screen here? You see Nico Knife 48? All right. Last chance. Last chance, folks. I'm getting word from people to go ahead and spin. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's spin it. Congrats, chrisinzky wins a live stream prize pack. Congrats to chrisinzky. Right, so that's it, folks. chrisinzky wins the live stream prize pack. Yeah, Alan, I guess you weren't paying attention and you didn't get your username in. So congrats to chrisinzky. CHRINZKY. I've got everybody notated down. Rex, can you be quiet? Come on, dog. This is what I deal with on a daily basis, folks. I have to deal with him barking for like hours a day. So yeah. Sorry about your luck, SWEDC. Just missed you. chrisinzky wins the live stream prize pack this week, and yeah, that's how it is. So, folks, we are wrapping up on the year of giveaways. We've got 6 weeks left to go with here including week 47 for the Kaiser Lancer by Dirk Pinkerton. That is going to be next week's giveaway. So make sure that you go to the Year of Giveaways thread for the Kaiser Pinkerton Lancer that's up on the screen right now. The giveaway thread is right there. If you didn't win this week, make sure you go get your entry in. If you have won a prize in the last 21 weeks, then you are eligible, or if you won a prize before week 21, you're eligible to enter again, so you're good to go. Who knows? Maybe somebody will win one of Rex's tennis balls, in a future giveaway. Anyhow, live stream prizes that will be coming up in the next couple weeks are going to include a Daryl Ralph neck knife, an Ontario EOD Karambit one-off that they did, a Swamp Rat knife, a spec bump from Kershaw, and then we've got two prizes that for week 51 and 52 that I'm not going to announce yet, but somebody's going to win something awesome in weeks 51 and week 52 that are in high demand. So that's awesome. In the meantime, I appreciate you guys watching the channel this week. I appreciate you guys tuning in and being a part of the bladeforums.com family. I appreciate you guys putting up with my various stuff. Make sure, again, that you get in there and register to win for the Kaiser that was just up on the screen. And thanks for everybody who took part in this week's chat. Thanks for watching me blather on about various issues and listening to Rex and Daisy bark about all kinds of stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe down below, fellas. Come on. Like, comment, and just subscribe. There's 20 people watching right now. There's 20 people watching right now, and there's like a grand total of 16 likes and no comments on the video. What's going on? So, it doesn't cost you anything to watch. Doesn't cost you anything to take part in the chat for the live stream giveaway. So hey, do me a solid. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Thank you guys once again for 20 years of supporting the forums. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. In the meantime, let's head on out of here.